The Mario's Brother movie is perfectly fine. I like it. I'm going to die on that hill. And when people say it's not faithful for the games, do you remember how much fucking info about the games was actually out when the movie was made? There was butt kiss. There was no real lore. There was barely anything. You try making a movie where the only reference material you have is literally platform games of people jumping on mushrooms. Like, I don't know what people expected. It's its own thing, and it's perfectly fine. People are dumb, and they follow the nostalgia critic's word like gospel when it comes to that movie. Watch it again. You'll have a good fucking time.
So what you're telling us right now, is that you will be one of the people coming out of the woodworks and telling everybody how much better the old Mario Brothers live action movie was when the Illumination version comes out.
This is yellow journalism. You're besmirching me.
No, I'm just summarizing what you just told us at the end of the pre-show before we move on to the main show. Hello and welcome everybody to the AWKWARDCast, where A&Y and Keyframe wonder about random drivel. That is an expression right there.
Anything. I'm gonna let you go on your intro. No, go ahead.
And back with us after over 1.5 years, I dare to say. He was one of our last guests before the Rona hit. Voice of Reason, welcome back to the show.
Hello, everybody. I see you again.
Yeah, likewise.
Are you reading more of the D&D cookbook?
Yes, it was a birthday present.
Happy. Well, there we go. But yes, Voice. It's glad to have you on. We are glad to. It's glad.
The show is glad.
I don't think we've had you on since the Skype days, haven't we?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jesus, what a bygone time. But yeah, so this is actually a really pertinent question now. So tell the audience, who are you, what do you do, and why should people care?
For those who don't know, I'm the voice of reason. I used to be an MLP reviewer, and somewhat of a part-time gamer, but now I'm actually a full-time member of the Haymakers. It is a sports podcast where we talk about everything.
I probably have the wrong thing open now.
It's fine. It's fine. Along with Nikki V MLP and Kanako the Squirrel, talked about everything from wrestling to NFL. And right now, well, yeah, NFL's currently on, and well, I'd rather be here than watch the Jets get slaughtered.
Where can people find that podcast?
You don't want to watch a seal get clubbed, because that's the emotional equivalent.
Zach Wilson is the baby seal. God.
Oh, I can't help but think of Megamind, where it's like I'm quaking in my baby seal leather boots. Oh my god. But yeah, Voice. It's great to have you on, and that you're doing good with your sports shows and the balls and all that. So, but what's been going on recently in your life? Please elaborate on the balls in sports.
Well, recently, again, we just started predictions on the NFL. We're on again. It's week 3 of the sports season. Nikki is kicking my ass as far as the predictions are going. Although I came close last week, only the Lions beat the Packers, which I thought they should have won. But other than that, last week? Yeah, about a couple weeks ago was my birthday, and myself and my girlfriend decided to celebrate in Busch Gardens. And
nice.
Busch Gardens.
Congratulations.
To people who don't know, explain what Busch Gardens is, because that's a very hyper-specific thing compared to other places to go to in the U.S.
Right. There are 2 locations for the for Busch Gardens. One is in Tampa Bay. One's in Tampa Bay, Florida. It's based around, I believe, Africa. And then the one that myself and my girlfriend went to was Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, which is based around Europe. It's a nation theme park, and all the rides are based on stuff in those nations. So you have a ride in the Scotland portion of the UK, which is based around the Loch Ness Monster, or in Germany, there's 2 coasters. One is based on the German mountain ranges called Alpengeist, which is my favorite coaster, or Verbolten, which is basically the Autobahn. And there's also plenty of other themes, including like Italy, France, Ireland, and then at night, which we went to, much like a lot of other theme parks, they do something called Halloween, and where everything turns off at night. Some of the rides get converted into haunted houses. There are haunted shows throughout the day, including one in the I'm trying to remember, was it the Fest House, which is in the German area.
Do clowns come out and scream at you?
What no. Okay. No, there are no clowns that scream at you. But in the England section, as we were as my girlfriend and I were departing, they converted England to 18th to 19th century to 19th century England, where there's fog everywhere. You almost hear the ladies use fans as gunshots, and it feels like Jack the Ripper can like come out of you in any corner.
Oh, fun!
But we did not see.
I think I'd rather the clowns than the serial killer.
No. It's really cool. It's really good.
I'm not denying it's cool.
We even got to see like between like 5 and 6 before they go into before they start the Halloween stuff. They do like all the setups, and one thing they do is they there's some metal discs on the ground that they remove, and there's water in them, and that way they create a mist to go throughout the entire park.
Mm.
It's really fun stuff.
Great atmosphere, sounds like.
But here's the kicker: is you need to get there during the day, because as we were leaving around like 7 o'clock or so, there was a swath of cars just entering the park. Like more people came from.
I personally don't see why you want to go during the day. I mean, I don't see your monetary investment of going into a park without going during the day. Like you use every bit of the ticket that you get, you know?
Yeah, well, again, we did the day stuff, but it's a lot. But doing the coasters at night is really cool. Like Alpengeist, like the entire coaster is lit red. Because it's basically a white hanging coaster where you dangle your feet, and then all of a sudden, like as it gets darker, red light turns on, and the entire coaster is just bright red.
Oh, dude, I don't deny that going on coasters at night is fun. I mean, whenever Max comes here, we have the lovely tradition that when we go to California Adventure, I make him go on the River Rapids ride at night. Because it's fun, and no one has terrible chills afterwards because we went on a water ride at like
California. It's never cold in California.
It's never cold, especially in November. Like, what? You think that it ever gets cold here?
Well, unfortunately, when we went to Busch Gardens, all the water rides were down because it's seasonal. So the River Rapid ride, the plunge ride, and the log flume were off.
Mm-hmm.
Which stunk, because it was kind of hot that day.
Well, yeah. But yeah, so has that been all that's going on?
Well, you could tell probably from my background that I moved.
I have to admit that I have not memorized your background in enough detail. So, you have moved.
Yes, from one side of the highway to the other.
Oh, that sounds like an exciting one.
Oh, that sounds great.
Well, sort of. See, when we moved in, it wasn't ready. There was still stuff in the apartment, like the previous tenant left their microwave, which is now ours. And 2, they did not service the air conditioning.
Oh, fuck off with that.
Yeah, so what happened was, again, end of June, start of July, turn on the AC, everything's fine. Then I started having an allergy attack.
Oh.
And I realized I had to ask the landlord, hey, did the previous owner by any chance have a cat? I was like, no, they didn't. Then when my mom came up, we took a look at the air conditioning. There was dead pollen and dirt just in the frame alone. And I was breathing, and that was blowing into the apartment.
Gross.
Yeah.
This is why we should eat landlords.
This is why you should not have air conditions in every building, says the European.
Well, we don't want to die in the heat. I'm sorry that we don't like boiling in our own houses.
It's not that first couple of months was not fun.
Sounds pretty nasty.
But yeah. So if that's all your week, I will pass it off to Max as Chrissy does her weekly stepping away.
Oh boy, I should put a shortcut here, but we improved it visually. Da 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 da.
Yes, I'm kind of not happy that you didn't move it down so you can have so it looks like I'm actually like.
I can move it down. Like this?
There we go. That's better.
Yeah.
And look, it's very accurate to my actual.
Wait. You want okay accuracy? No problem. I can.
Oh, okay. If you go down all the way to my eyes just peeking out, I think you're exaggerating a tad. But yes, I will be back. And just text me when you're done with your week.
But yeah, even though I don't really have too much in my week, so for one thing, probably worth pointing out to the German elections, and let me take a quick look how it's currently developing.
Isn't the Social Democrat ahead by a little bit, or is that
by a tiny margin? Yeah, they still seem to be, but it's so. I keep hearing reporting that it is an that it's historically the worst outcome for the CDU in ever. I mean, they only exist since World War II, and it's since we got refounded afterwards. And as far as I'm concerned, they could do even worse. So yeah, all of it could have been different. But yeah, at least it seems like they hopefully will not put the government forward again, because yeah, that's the fun thing about German elections. Or to all our American listeners out there, we have more than two parties, which also means that one party barely ever has more than 50%. I believe it has happened before, but it usually is not the case, because we have 5 to 6 parties who make it into the government in different sizes, and they need to form coalitions, which I would say is good, because first of all, it keeps the individual parties grounded. Parties need to cater even to, when they form a coalition with, for example, the Green Party, then they need to put a little bit more attention to the green stuff if the population puts the effort on it. So it is a more nuanced government. Even so, yeah, obviously it's less efficient, but democracy has not been invented for efficiency. But yeah, we'll have to see how it develops. And I did my duty today. I voted, and yeah, my main concern is after 16 years of CDU, which are the conservative parties, this is still European conservatives, so not what other people are used to. But still, we need a change. I mean, after 16 years in power, they are just a cesspool of corruption. It needs to fluctuate. Yeah. Besides that, not too much happened this week, I'm afraid. Let me think. Did any big things happen? No. Today I was just deep diving into replaying Subnautica. yesterday. Also, Euroferns. Wait, I forgot. Euroferns is happening right now. Still, I believe they are still doing it out. They do it due to circumstances. They did it digitally this year once again. Yeah, Pulpit Show, exactly. And I have to say, I like that they do it, and I mean, you don't pay the big convention fee that you have to pay for what they need to finance, renting out an entire hotel and flying in guests and whatnot. So, but it's streamlined. So it's while at the big convention you have like 5 panel rooms at the same time. So there's different stuff going on, and so you have when you're not interested in one thing, you can go somewhere else. And just hanging out in a convention area is something else than being at home and being like, well, what's currently happening on their Twitch channel is not really interesting, so what else would I do when I'm at home at the weekend? So yeah, my highlights really were what's always fun is Uncle Kage's Story Hour. Uncle Kage is head of Anthrocon, I'm not sure if they're still the largest one. They're either the largest one or the second largest furry convention in the world. And Uncle Kage is a friend with Euroferns, which is the heads of Euroferns, or the convention as a whole, which is the largest one in all of Europe, and among the top 10 of the world's largest ones somewhere. I don't know the exact numbers. Also, hard to say over the last 2 years. And yeah, he has been doing this forever. And he is a interesting personality who has so much shit going on in his life and stuff that had happened to him. When he tells stories, it's just really entertaining. He's a good storyteller. Then the Pulpit Show, as aforementioned, I probably talked about it in previous years after Euroferns. It's like by just the con people put together a 3-hour-long puppet show, and it obviously has a very strong amateur charm. They are not professional writers, and it shows every now and then in pacing, in dialogue and whatnot, but it has this kind of quirky, made with love and passion feel to it. And why they didn't create a new one this year, because and last year either, for reasons, because I guess in the past they needed to gather and build the puppets and practice it, and then obviously at the convention they needed to practice again, and well, I could imagine that that they could probably even pre-record it and then cut it together and whatnot, so they could get away with a lot, with cutting back on some production things. It would probably still be hard to get yourself to do it instead of having the big thing of a live show, which has a different feel to it. So yeah, what they did last year and this year as well was showing recordings, like a little bit polished recordings of previous live shows. Last year's one was one that I had actually missed, so that was nice. This year was one that I have seen before, but was fun to see again. Even so, yeah. Seeing it live on first time, you can overlook a lot of the pacing issues, and you are in a convention feeling. When you're just sitting at home on your sofa, it's a little bit like, yeah, that's not professional writing. but it still is made with love, with passion. So that's another highlight. And what also was earlier, what I believe was also a recording, First Science. Dr. Nuka has been on the show a few times. Always fun. Check them out in general. They are actual scientists, as in like people who get money from the government and paid by universities to do what do scientists do? They science. They investigate. They Research. Thank you. Jesus, I was blanking there. But they legitimately research furries and the fandom, and they don't do it from a sensational point of view. They take it actually serious. I mean, it's a big it's a fandom. There are psychological aspects to it that can also be reflected on other fandoms and whatnot. And yeah, Nuka is a nice guy who can make a 2-hour presentation that is interesting to listen to. So,
question: how similar are they to? Do you remember when there was that one survey group that was like researching the Brony fandom?
Mm-hmm.
How similar are they to them?
Hard to say. I remember the survey that you are referring, or I assume that's the one. I don't know. I'm also not sure how much the MLP related one was just an online thing put together by curious people, or how much actual scientific force was behind it, with actual scientific boring papers that get written at the end of the day, and books that they publish. No offense, Nuka.
I have to look at the I have to look at the credentials of the Brony survey
Mm-hmm.
was.
Yes, please. And if you find it, drop me the links, and I will put it in the description down below. I will also link to First Science down below, and then viewers can do the research themselves, and we might do it after the show ourselves. Anyways, I believe with Euroferns and German elections, that was it. So I guess I ping Keyframe to return to us. Then now we have this awkward moment to.
I am no longer a I am here.
No, you're not. You're black. You're here. Okay.
I'm no longer a cartoon. I have transformed.
You have. I just had the mediocre or the minimal highlights of my week. Did you have any for sharing? Any week stuff?
I have minimal.
Oh, minimal.
So let me state them. Am I allowed to do Chrissy at the gym stories today?
Oh boy, here we go again.
Well, okay, I'll make it quick. I think I stated at the last podcast I started a membership at a new gym, which is great. My trainer is fantastic. Her name is Ingrid, and she kicks my fucking ass, and I love it. I'm fucking flipping tires and box jumping. It's great. I'm so fucking happy to be there. I scared people with how high I can box jump. I didn't know I can do that either. But apparently when you're a fucking gremlin, you just know how to fucking jump like those creatures in Samurai Jack.
You jump good.
I jump good.
You jump good.
Jump good. But besides that, I have started to get like my friends into different like shows and things. I got some of my friends into Central Park this week, which makes me so fucking happy. I've been animating. I've been just working. I mean, the notable thing is I've actually been writing scripts for videos to get back into good old content, because now I'm in a mentally well enough state to do it, which is great. People wonder why Chrissy hasn't been making videos. That's why. But I've been writing like 2 scripts. One about this fucking cursed video game I played as a child, which I showed on the podcast another time. And the other... Not only did they have a video game, it was a video game that for you to play, you had to fill out puzzle booklets.
Oh, totally fine.
How do you have a CD-ROM game where you have to use a waste of trees? But this was something my parents got me because, well, there were cartoon characters that were on my TV, and I played a lot of licensed games as a kid because my parents didn't trust anything that wasn't on TV.
So let me get this straight. So you had to fill out the coloring book before you were able to play the game?
No, they're math puzzles because my parents also bought me mostly edutainment games. So that's why I'm a smart ass today. The computer taught me. But besides that, I've also been working on another script, but that's going to go into my media. But besides that, I watched the Gen 5 movie. I know people are going to ask my opinions on the Gen 5 movie, and here's my full opinions after one viewing of it. It good. It cute. Hitch is my favorite character.
Oh,
and Izzy is also one of my favorites.
Oh, we need to name best pony. Are we back in 2012?
I know, right? I mean, I liked all of them. Pip is my least favorite.
Pip is the white one, right?
Pip, no, that's Zip. Pip is the influencer.
Oh, over here. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
Yeah, but Izzy is adorable. Izzy is just a different color schemed Lauren,
that is true.
She is just that. But she is adorable, and I love her. And if anyone hurts her, I will hurt you. And Hitch is a himbo, and I love him.
He is, isn't he?
And I mean, like, he's played by Donut Lord from the Sonic movie. How can you not love him?
I mean, he's a little. I'm not sure if he's a little bit too smart to be a true himbo, but yeah, he checks a lot of the boxes, doesn't he? He
has some himbo energy.
Yes, absolutely.
And I love him. And the music was pretty good. They made technology in the pony world make sense. The opening scene with the Gen 4 characters was funny. I'm never going to be mad at Evil Rarity. That was cool. Part of me wonders if the movie would have been better if it was a full-on reboot and not the whole thing of that it's just really far in the future. Because there's a lot of unexplained questions there.
Yes, this is actually one of
How
my
did racism
biggest...
return into the pony world? But I mean, like, they called it the Finn world ancient Equestria. So there's a lot of but you know, they're making a show, so who fucking knows? But you know, I'll watch the Gen 5 series. This was a good first impression. I don't know if I liked Sprout. I don't know how I feel about that villain. He had a cool song.
Oh, I was so angry that the rock ballad goes to the bad guy, quote unquote, antagonist.
Well, here's the funny thing about the rock song. A lot of people are confusing it because it does not have the same riff as Smells Like Teen Spirit.
It's an homage.
No, it's the same. It's the exact same riff and key as the Offspring's Self-Esteem.
Oh no, this is the one that I meant. It sounded super familiar. It was like, whoa, this sounds one.
Everyone confuses it,
like an Offspring song.
Everyone confuses it, and it's so fitting that Sprout has the self-esteem song because he has self-esteem issues.
That is true.
I mean, I'm never going to be truly mad at a villain who turns out to be a mommy's boy.
Yeah.
If I'm a sucker for any trope, I love the villains being a mommy's boy. Like, for one, that is a great motivation. And two, it's fucking funny. It's funny in Kid Cosmic. It's funny here. But like, it's good. Yeah. Here's the thing. I've only watched it once, so I don't really have like eloquent thoughts about the horse movie. But then again, it's the fucking horse movie. Do I need to have eloquent thoughts right now?
We all three of us used to in the past, so...
I mean, if I watch it again, I'll probably... I've been considering making a video about it, but like, I don't know. I put out a tweet earlier saying that Hitch was a good character, and it was literally a tweet with just his picture saying that one. I like that one. And I'm going to prep
this one.
The minority of people. But God, bronies don't know how to fucking talk. And I'm just wondering, do I want to dip my toe back in there? Like
don't. Just enjoy the series. Don't do any like.
I'm going to draw them. I'll at least say this: I'm going to draw them. My booth at the next pony convention is going to be nothing but Hitch. So I hope you have a hyperfixation for one character and one character alone. Do you have any Pinkie Pie? You have any? No, we only have Hitch. I can get. We have Hitch. We have a Hitch that climbs on rocks. A Hitch that lights up. Look, this one dances.
It's like the video store that only has the proposal. It's like, do you have the proposal? Hang on, let me check the bin. Nope, hasn't been returned yet.
Yeah, so there you go. That's been my week, but I'll move to my media now.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe if you want to chime in your elevator pitch or your impression of MLP movie.
Oh, myself?
Yeah.
Very good. I thought it was very good, very funny. I did a lot
It's a
to.
beautiful movie, too.
It did a lot to.
It's beautiful, yeah.
Oh my gosh! I love the. Again, it probably benefits that I'm watching it from a computer, but I love the almost felt design of the fur, of the punk. I love that. I love how each pony has their own little animal friends. Like the unicorns have the armadillos, the unicorns have the flying Pomeranian, and was it the crabs, and was it some
kind of bird?
The plovers.
I think it was like crabs and little chicks.
Yeah, it's like the piping plovers. They were like plover chicks.
Yeah.
Was
I a good sheriff? Oh look, a flying dog.
Oh my gosh!
It's a funny movie too. I'll give that.
Oh my god, the running gag in the movie that was of the balloon pony.
Yeah,
I was disturbed by it. The plot legitimately takes place over days. In one of the first episodes of Gotham, the TV show, this is literally how a serial killer murders people by hitching them on balloons and letting them fly off into the sky.
There's the other
reminds me of? It reminds me of. Have you guys watched Amphibia?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you know the frog that that's swooped up by the giant bird and it's still flying around.
Yeah, but if there's another trope I love, it's the ending something with an abrupt scream from someone who doesn't know what's going on. Maybe that says something about me, but I always love an ending being like, oh shit. But yeah, movie good.
Mm.
If you like it, you like it. If it's a good, also I think it's something that can be enjoyed by the family. It's not a kids movie.
Yeah,
it's a family.
And
there is a distinction.
Yeah, and it might actually go a little bit into what you said before, that if you are not already an MLPer, a G4 specific or a brony, you might even get more out of it because you don't have to ask all those questions like, how did we end up in this situation where it starts? Because this was...
Yeah, because little kids will just view it as oh, this is a storybook.
Yeah, and lovable characters. Like I didn't have a single character, even Sprout, didn't have a single character I disliked. They were all very likable characters from the get-go.
There was no grubber in this movie.
Yes.
Thank fucking Christ.
Yeah. Beautiful to a point where I'm afraid if the show can actually keep up with it. Because the standard is now very high.
If it's a Netflix budget, it's fully possible. But I will also say this will be my last point. Very happy knowing that a pony fan artist was actually the character designer for this movie. No wonder they
Yeah.
I think let me while I'm getting ready to talk about my media, let me find the artist, because I do follow them. Oh god, their name is escaping me. But they were I feel like everyone has seen their art before.
But yeah, good subtle designs, no overloading with anything.
Oh.
Just a little bit of pieces that are needed. But yeah.
Good. But that's enough pony.
Exactly.
We're done with pony forever.
Huzzah, never again.
Again.
One last thing before we move on to your media. So I opened the page of the Brony study, because Voice sent me the link on Discord. And wait, I can actually show it because it's amazing. It's funny.
Because
it's Dr. Nuka. He is from Fur Science. He's the second in command from Fur Science. So it's it's legitimately on a similar level, just like bigger other fandom, which is slightly bigger. But yeah. Okay, now without further ado, Keyframe, tell us about this thing.
Okay, so we're gonna go nostalgic here, folks. This will also show how young or how uncultured some people are in the chat. I've been researching to do a video about the Real Ghostbusters, which was an animated series based off the Ghostbusters.
But the real ones.
Yeah, the real ones. And that's because this year, this series is 35 years old.
Oh.
Implies how old the original Ghostbusters is. But like, I grew up with this show. Like I watched, obviously not when it aired, but like reruns, and I had DVDs of it and everything. So this was a very formative cartoon for me. Explains a lot. And I personally think it's one of the best movie to TV adaptations ever. Because at least in the first 3 seasons, the designs of the ghosts were actually scary. Everyone was likable, and it was just a really nice looking show. Like, surprisingly nice looking. And to me, you know how I say that Death Note is the best 25 episode anime? This is the best 3-season show. There was no other seasons. There was not 6 seasons. There was no Slimer in the Real Ghostbusters. You can't tell me that.
God damn it.
And
I remember that one.
the reason why that I really wanted to talk about the show is because the history of its downfall is just as interesting as the creation of the show. Because the show was great with ratings. Everyone loved it. It was doing so well. Adults and kids loved it. There was millions of toys. There was nothing wrong with the series. But then the higher-ups who at the studio who made the show brought in this family focus group. And this was not a focus group with actual people who watched the show or anything. It was just this focus group of how can we make the show more marketable? And it was so inane. They were like, oh, we got to add, Slimer needs to be a bigger presence. Janine looks too scary for kids. So we need to soften her up and make her glasses not pointy because that raises satanic worries. And all this fucking bullshit. They replaced her voice actress with a voice actress named Kathy Soucey, who's a wonderful actress. But they made her go from, you know, her actual like New York voice, like Harley Quinn-esque voice, to a really soft, lovely lady. And it was just that, like, the animation started to get weirdly rounded. The ghosts were less scary. Eventually, it just became Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters, where Slimer would go on his own little adventures and the Ghostbusters were just there. There is no reason for any of this to happen. And it makes me mad. It makes me so mad. Because there was no... And when they did all these changes, the ratings went fucking bloop. There was no reason. There was no fucking reason. And I find it fascinating.
Yes, there's some kind of meme template that can be used here. Like, show good. Executives, make show more popular. Show drops. Like, Odie, get on it. Odie, you know your memes. Make it happen.
So they basically created Poochie before Poochie.
Yeah, they made Slimer into Poochie. And here's the thing, Slimer in the first few seasons was perfectly fine. Usually all he did was just annoy Venkman. And it was great. Because you just hear Garfield fucking yelling at a fucking ghost. Because the voice cast is also amazing. Because you have Lorenzo Music, who was known as the voice of Garfield, playing Peter Venkman, you know, Bill Murray's character. And then you got Arsenio Hall playing Winston. You got fucking Fred from Scooby-Doo playing Dan Aykroyd's character. And you have Maurice LaMarche playing the Brain from Pinky and the Brain, playing Egon. So Harold Ramis's character. And what I fucking love is that they had to change the character designs and stuff to not look like the celebrities who played them originally, because licensing. And so that's why the voices don't sound like the actual actors. Except Maurice LaMarche was so good at doing a Harold Ramis voice, they were like, you get to keep doing that. You're the one that we let do it.
Well,
you're the exception.
I remember, like, I remember something, I think I was like, Erod was talking about this, that back in the day, Lorenzo Music like changed out with Dave Coulier because Bill Murray complained that he sounded too much like Garfield or something like that.
Yeah, he was like, I don't want to be played by fucking Garfield.
Oh,
But
well.
shut up, Bill Murray.
That
I mean,
one came
not
back to
diss
bite
Dave
him.
Cool, not to diss Joey from Full House because he did a really good Bill Murray impression. But at that point, the show was already starting to turn to shit. So it's like, But yeah, so like, I implore people to rewatch the first 3 seasons because especially now that it's spooky month, it's actually just a really fun 80s cartoon. Like if you want good 80s nostalgia with a little bit of cheese put in, that's the best kind of cheese. It's a fine mozzarella. But my little rant is that to do research for a show, you want to look up all reference material that the creators do and everything. So, like commentaries and all this shit. There's a DVD box set called the Firehouse box set that has all the episodes and all this exclusive behind-the-scenes content. You want to know how much that box set costs?
Too much.
$400.
Excuse me? 400.
$400. And here's the thing. I know some people are saying, Chrissy, why don't you buy the DVDs separate? They must have released the DVDs separate, so it's not the box set. In the words of John Panay, nay. Here's the thing. They released the first 2 volumes, but not the other 3. And the 5th volume is exclusive to the box set. So you don't get anything complete without the box set. And the 5th DVD has even more behind the scenes, including a full featurette. I need that box set. So me and Chris, aficionados Chris, my buddy, we're coming up with a fucking pact that we're going to buy this together. He gets to keep the box set and he gets to rip all the DVDs for me so I can have all the research material. I don't need the box set. You know what? I already have the one box set that I need. And it's all the episodes of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You that I paid $89 for. This is all I need. But, I'm so mad. $400. And I mean, it's a lot of episodes. It's a lot of content. I can't fully blame it. But $400. Who has $400 to spend on the Ghostbusters? But yeah, to end my point, yeah, 80s fans, I guess. To end it, watch the Real Ghostbusters. It's good nostalgia. Don't pay $400 for a DVD box set unless you're me.
Yeah, or aficionados.
And even me, even then, I'm just paying half of that. If you want to support endeavors like this, please check out my Patreon and Ko-fi. But maybe I think that would detract people more than attract people to donate. But yeah, that was my media. Who gets to go next?
I would say guest goes next. Boys, why talking about ghosts? Am I right? Wait, did we lose him?
He died?
This was really bad
Oh, there
timing.
he is.
Oh, there he is back. Okay, he's back.
Yeah.
You want to talk
Is his
about your
internet
media?
connection
He doesn't seem to be too bad.
Okay.
Wow, you're
Familiar
still
with the
okay.
horrible history.
You're still cutting out. I'm sorry. What's happening? This timing is bad.
All right, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Should be. Hang on. Let me. I'll back out and come back. 1 sec.
Okay. Whee!
All right.
Everything. Oh no, I'm double. In and out.
All right, is that better?
Oh yeah, you're moving again and you're not cutting out.
We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Okay.
All right, talk about ghosts.
Okay, so first of all, how many people are familiar with Horrible Histories?
Never heard of it.
Okay, it was a BBC. It was a BBC show. Again, my girlfriend introduced me about this. Based off a children's educational book series, and it went through pretty much every era of the European history from the Stone Age all the way up to the 20th century. It was created, or at least the people who are acting on that are basically essentially a comedy troupe now. Jim Halleck, Simon Farnaby, Martha Howard Douglas, Matthew Bainton, Ben Howland, and Lawrence Rickard. All 6 of them are this essentially now a comedy troupe, and they've created shows over the years. The first one was Horrible Histories. The second one was called Yonderland, which was sort of like a pastiche on the Chosen One fantasy cliche. And the third one is Ghosts. It's a BBC show, 3 seasons so far, about this couple who moves into essentially a mansion in the British woods, and the downside is that it's being haunted by several ghosts, and unfortunately the only person who knows that it's being haunted is the female lead because she had a near-death experience. So what ends up happening is that she has to basically contend with not only the ghosts but also everyone that's surrounding the mansion, from nosy next door neighbors to actual ghost hunters. It's people who are wanting to rent out the mansion for a wedding or whatnot. And it's one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. It's very classic, very classic British humor. So it's sort of in the style like Monty Python, if they were directing in modern times. The only reason I bring it up because there actually is going to be a U.S. version of it, and before everyone poo-poos it, the comedy troupe are the executive producers. Okay. It's going to be airing October in the United States. It's going to be airing October 7th on CBS if you guys have that. And it's perfectly in time for the spoopy season. A lot of the characters are again from each decade. So you would have Caveman, someone who was from the Tudor era, who's headless. You would have the owner, the actual owner of the manor, is from the early 1900s. There was a World War II general, and then something like that, and then that gets swapped over for the United States because we don't have that much history. It gets swapped out with the caveman is a Viking. There is a member of the Iroquois tribe. And then it goes by decades. So you have a Revolutionary War soldier, a robber baron's wife, then like a 50s greaser, a 60s flower child, an 80s camp counselor, and then a 90s, like a late 90s, early 2000s yuppie as the most recent ghost. Again, I highly recommend you watch it if you have HBO Max. All 3 seasons are on there. You can binge watch it within a week. It's very funny. I highly recommend it.
I have to see if it's anywhere available in the German lands. But yeah.
Who do you think would not like it though? Like,
well, I can't really think of anyone who wouldn't like it because, I don't know. It doesn't have some, I don't know. It doesn't really have a any raunchy humor, outside of maybe 1 or 2 jokes. If you're not really into into British humor, you might not like it. But I do recommend you give it at least the first 2 episodes a try. I'm trying to think who wouldn't really enjoy this type of show. Because it's basically the Sixth Sense.
It's just a procedural question we ask.
It's basically the Sixth Sense, but funny, intentionally funny.
I mean, that's a good elevator pitch right there.
Yeah, Sixth Sense, but funny. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
But now, Max, it's time for
just
yours.
Leave me.
Also, I found the artist.
Ah, you found the artist. Oh wait, let's quickly check out the artist and blip before.
Yeah, so
that
people
doesn't
might
help.
recognize
This is just her stuff.
Well, yeah. Here is her DeviantArt.
Oh yeah. You can see with the colorations and stuff where it's coming from.
Yeah. I've been following her for a while.
Trying to see if anything looks familiar to me personally.
I mean, if you click all, because they whittled down what they have in their featured.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not on DeviantArt. Okay.
Whoop. But yeah, then media.
Yeah, go talk about your thing.
Exactly. So, a bit back, I played. I got myself because I'm a fan of escape rooms. Yeah, we have been looking for games that we can play together, even locally. And so I was like, hey, getting escape room games, they were like off on Steam, so I was like, and ratings were good enough, so I got myself The Room, and I believe I got myself all 3 of The Room right away while I was at it. And so yeah, in the context of our game night, Denim and I played the first The Room, basically hot seating it, passing the controller back and forth whenever it was like, okay, let's switch it up a bit, but still trying to solve it together. So what? Some things to keep in mind. It's generally it's fun to play. It's not bad, and I mean, especially for the price, you can absolutely not complain about it. One thing, maybe the title is completely fucking misleading. It's not a room. It's probably meant to invoke the idea of an escape room, but no. You come in and you start by having a box, a mystery box, like think Hellraiser, but it's big and has a lot of compartments that open the more puzzles you solve. And I'm not even sure if we ever leave this box, or if it's the same box and it just unleashes bigger and bigger versions of itself, or if we actually get teleported from the box to another box. So we are in a room.
You ever
yes.
want to play? You ever want a puzzle version of Cube? There you go.
Yeah, but so yes, the box is in a room, but it's not about the room. It's about the box. It's always about this one object in the middle of the room that you then try to figure out. One thing that I can say is the controls are absolutely, at least on the with mouse and you have to use mouse and keyboard. It doesn't support controller. The controls are absolutely ass. So it's like drag,
Well, okay.
drag,
are you talking
drag.
about the first one? Because
currently I'm talking about the first one. We also recently started playing the second one, which is a lot better.
Okay.
And
well, no shit, Sherlock. The first one wasn't meant for keyboard and mouse. It was an iOS game that they moved to Microsoft Windows. In 2018. But the original game's from 2012.
Then it's a shitty port. But yeah, it's like dragging. Yeah, exactly. Then there's also the thing where, especially if you're used to real life escape rooms, it's where you always like rattle at everything and try and check everything. Yeah, in the game it's either clickable or not. So it's like you lose a lot of this real escape. I mean, big surprise, but it boils down to clickable or not. There is no rattling and no fiddling or whatnot. It's like either there is something or there isn't. And at least when it comes to the first game, it's very linear. Like, if you have... I mean, there are also real-life escape rooms who are freaking linear, where it's like, okay, find A. With A we can B, and B and C. While I have also been in bigger escape rooms, like with my entire family, where we were in there as like a dozen people, and we just... Some people on this wall, some people on this wall, and there are a bazillion clues that you can find at the same time and then put together, and only towards the end it narrows down to the final goal of the room. While here, every now and then you have like 2 or 3 clues that can be found at the same time, but it's like, now this compartment on the side of the box opened, there is a riddle to be solved. Okay, cool. This now unlocks something to open the other compartment, so it's more linear, more on the linear end of things. not a deal breaker. At the end of the day, we still finished it, and it was a good enough experience to pick up the second one, where we aren't too far, but already a bunch of improvements. I will start doing that for every media where you complain from now on. So Keyframe Soapbox will.
I'm sorry that I'm
Keyframe
finding your
Soapbox.
complaints about an iOS game from 2012. And then I wonder why this sequel is so much better. The sequel that was meant to be put on PC for Steam. Oh,
I know, right? Fascinating. But yeah, things that are. Now knowing that it's actually not as much better as it should be, if you point it out like that. Because, yeah, it's a little bit less drag and drop. They now went for a little bit bigger, that they are now in one room. They have multiple things that come into play, so you can switch between locations, but on the locations itself you still rotate it in a similar way. You still are either it's clickable or not, but it feels a lot. There's more smaller stuff to discover, at least in the beginning. I'm not sure if I now locked myself in to give an update after we finish the third one or whatever, but yeah, it's if you are generally a fan of escape room, or you want to try Baby's first escape room, then it's probably a decent point to start. Once again, it's they are not expensive at all. I probably I'm not even sure if they are $10 games. Maybe the later ones are $10, but then wait for a Steam sale and you really get them for change. So
dirt cheap. I said dirt cheap.
Yeah, absolutely. So under these circumstances, I can recommend it. If a little bit of imperfect controls are complete a deal breaker for you, or if you are simply not into puzzle solving a la escape room, then probably skip it. But otherwise, you don't have much to lose. And with that, I guess before we go to the questions, we should address
the art of the week.
Wrong direction.
Wait, hold on. The art of the week.
There you go.
Now you guys confused me and I did it wrong too.
Yeah, but yes, this is done by one of our favorite people, Brogar, who always makes good stuff. I don't know what stimulated this idea. Probably some tweet. But yeah, this is me, Max, and Lauren as Fujiko, Lupin, and Jigen, referencing a lovely scene from Lupin, the Third, Part 5, where Jigen and Fujiko bond over beating the shit out of Lupin. Thank you for referencing something that Max hasn't seen yet, because we're still on Part 4. But I'm sure that this is a great motivator to see what this scene is, because it's hilarious. But thank you, Brogar. Your art's always a delight. Thank you for providing more Max's Lupin content into the world. That's always something I'm going to encourage. But yes, also, while I find the questions, I'm just remembering we did an escape room before Max left, before everything closed down.
Yeah, and it was such a good one.
It was
such a good one.
It was the best thing about it was fucking it was such a last minute decision, because I think we went at 10 p.m. the day before you had to leave.
Yeah.
And we were just like, is there an opening? He's like, we have one more. And we did really well, but our dumb little monkey brains didn't realize we solved a puzzle without knowing, and the thing was open on the wall. And we were like, oh. It was like, when did we solve it? And it was like, oh, when you picked... Yeah, it was like, oh, when you picked up that bill and put it in the box, it opened up. You guys just didn't realize it.
But
now I feel foolish.
Yeah, but despite having to give us this little hint because we overlooked it, we, I believe, still put out a very decent time. It was a room that larger groups had not solved at all, and we solved it with a few minutes to spare. So, and he needed to point. He needed to point out that we already solved it, so he didn't need to give big hints. More like, "Yo, guys."
Yeah. We gotta go to an escape room again when you visit. That was so much fun, and I know they're open again.
Yep. I believe.
And they'll probably be happy that there's one with just 2 people and not a giant group. But nothing to me is ever going to beat the VR escape room we did.
That was
mostly fun. Because of the person running it. That one was great. But yeah, Q&A, question time.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. I only got one on Twitter. Oh, yep, by our good old master of the Would You Rather, J-Rock. Now it's probably not a Would You Rather. Oh, thank goodness it's a Would You Rather. Otherwise I would have really botched this one. Time for an early Halloween Would You Rather. For all 3.
Ooh.
Exactly. God, am I glad that we are not about to have 4 more shows with Halloween themed questions at all. Ha ha ha. Would you rather get a surprise visit from Frankenstein's monster or a surprise visit from the Headless Horseman?
Frankenstein's monster. That's an
okay. Well,
yeah. But yeah, why, boys?
I mean, respect to calling it Frankenstein's monster and not Frankenstein.
Yep,
well, here's the thing. Frankenstein's monster is true neutral. Like, it's you don't like he comes to your door, you don't know you don't know what he's here. So you treat him like knowledge. You either treat him for your own benefit, or you'll end up treating him wrong, and he'll do that to you.
Mm-hmm.
So. Again, treat it like the same scene from Bride of Frankenstein with the blind man. Like again, he might accidentally burn down your house, but just make sure you have a fire extinguisher ready.
See, I thought the same thing, but with the blind man from Young Frankenstein.
I'm feeling again very boomer because I was thinking the actual blind man from the actual novel by Mary Shelley.
But Young Frankenstein is so funny.
Where is it?
But yeah, that's an easy one. It's Frankenstein's monster, or Adam in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what about you, Max? You said you would also pick Frankenstein.
Probably, yeah. I mean, coming from whatever. I can't get it back in the. Once again, my life is getting ruined or making worse by Nora Roberts' Year One, a shitty book.
God, how are you still able to reference this thing like a year and a half later?
Because I have it lying on my bookshelf to hold it up in the camera and point out what a shitty book it is. And it was blocking the slot in the cupboard where I pulled Frankenstein out, and I couldn't get him back in because it was blocked by Year One. Anyways, yeah, Frankenstein's monster because he simply is not evil to begin with. He only at the end of the day he only gets shitty because people treat him like a monster. Apparently, he has something about his appearance that people intuitively are repulsed by him because, well, he's literally stitched together and reanimated dead bodies. Sorry.
He's literally pieces of corpses.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just,
and people are automatically repulsed when they see him. This was a general thing with those kind of Victorian horror, wasn't it? Because Mr. Hyde also, just people are repulsed when they see him.
Well, also he was an asshole.
Just my stories.
Yeah, he was also an asshole. But yeah, Mr. Hyde was an actual asshole, while the monster was not. And yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I've been on the internet long enough. I'm pretty sure I can overcome his appearance and be like, hi, dude. And so and especially if you're talking surprise visit, the monster is like when he's actually coming to visit, and as a surprise visit, not as an invasion, this might be a positive thing. But I mean, to play a little bit of devil's advocate, the Headless Horseman, of course, is cool. He's cooler. He's not stitched together corpses, but he's like, big. I mean, I mostly know the Sleepy Hollow one. So I watched the Sleepy Hollow movie, so I was thinking primarily Christopher Walken. So, but yeah, he's a spooky dude. He's good for that, but no, for Visitor, Frankenstein's monster any day.
Well, I'm going to choose the Headless Horseman.
Okay.
Because you people are going on and on about, oh, Frankenstein's monster, he's not truly evil. Can we remember that the origin story of the fucking of the Headless Horseman is that he was killed during a battle and like he got decapitated by a cannonball? The man just wants to find his head. Like, the dude just wants to find his head. So I'm going to meet the Headless Horseman, and I'm going to be like, you know what, dude? I'm going to get you a head. I'll get him a nice mannequin head, nice wig. He'll have a head again. He just wants a head. Like, you know what? He's just a sad boy. Why are we making sad boys feel more sad by running away from them?
But he's a vengeful spirit.
Yeah.
I thought it was a vengeful spirit in Sleepy Hollow.
In Sleepy Hollow, he's actually, he was, even as a human, he was a sadist who liked to slaughter people and then got murdered by soldiers. And then he got summoned by a witch to murder in her name. But once again, this is just a Sleepy Hollow version. I don't know what the actual story is.
Well, I'm referring to the
head.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's just that the legend of the Headless Horseman, which is I think it's actually the Headless Hassan of the Hollow, is because he was like a Hassan trooper who was killed during a battle, decapitated by an American cannonball. He's just a sad German boy who wants a head. Like,
hashtag relatable.
And I always help sad German boys. So I'm going to help the Headless Horseman.
Fair point. Right. Fair point. And yeah, with that, I play it back to you, because those were the entirety of my Twitter questions.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so Grasp with Imminent Force asks, what if you could express yourself with emojis whenever you felt a mode? Like, if you were happy, a smile emoji would just pop up next to your face. Same with any other emojis. What are your face emojis right now, and what emoji do you think you would use the most throughout the day? Yes, you can use Discord emojis too. You gave Max way too much freedom by letting Discord emojis in, because he's just going to say his ferret dabbing emoji.
Yeah, I'm going to stick to the classics. It's nice that he allows it, but no, the traditional emojis. I mean, smirk emoji is me half the time, and I mean, I end every second message that I send through social media or through chat, including work, with a smirk emoji.
Or a winky face. Or a winky face, like a wink.
Wink, smirk, or maybe the critically raised eyebrow. So I'm pretty straightforward in that regard. The snarkier, the better. What about you, boys?
The tired emoji. I work 2 jobs.
Ooh, yeah, I can see it.
So Sunday through Friday, it's just that tired emoji on my face.
Okay, mine, I don't know if it would be like, the thing is, half the time I don't use actual emojis. I do the common emoticon thing where you use actual like colons and letters, because I can't be bothered to click the emoji button. I'm going the old, Napster MSN route. Thank you very much. So I think mine would usually be like colon P, so like the tongue out emoji, or the XD. Can't go wrong with XD. Though I will say the most common emojis I usually use are the winky face with the tongue out, or just tongue out in general. So those are usually the ones I use. But honestly, I think throughout the day, this is not meaning to sound sad, I think mine is usually just the blank face emoji, where it's just the line with the 2 dot eyes, because I'm staring at my screen so often that I'm not really...
Work mode.
According to people, Yeah, according to people, my resting face it's not a bitch face, but it's just kind of like I naturally have 1,000 yard stare. So they're just like, what are you looking at? Nothing. I'm just doing my thing. But apparently I burrow. There's nothing that signifies burrowing holes in people's heads unwittingly than the blank emoji. But yeah, there you go. Great, good question.
Yeah.
Let's
Also,
see.
maybe while you pick the next one, Odie already came through. Alright.
I know, I linked.
Well, that's where I got it from. Alright, the ratings keep going up. How can we make them even better?
Slimer, main character, non-scary ghosts.
Oh,
How about just keep making good episodes?
Da 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 da. Yeah.
Classic format.
It is. Always a good one. But yeah, next
okay.
question.
Next question. What if from Deaf Alchemist? What is one piece of media you love that isn't talked about that much? Can be a movie, game, cartoon, album, book, etc. So I guess what would we count as like
An
underrated?
Underrated.
Or overlooked.
Probably more overlooked even, yeah. So underrated would be something where people are like, yeah, it's not that good, but we are like, hey, it's awesome. But no, something that gets completely overlooked that we have, probably stuff we already brought up on the show to get attention to it.
I think my modern one is Central Park because I don't hear. I mean, I don't blame them since it's an Apple TV Plus series, but I feel like when I talk to people about like adult animated series, Central Park is like a missing good example of shows because I don't know a big hand of people that know it, which makes me sad. And you're uncultured. I hate you. No, but like.
On that note, I would maybe throw Mau Mau into the ring.
Yeah.
Is it underrated?
Mau Mau deserves way more love.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who don't know what Mau Mau is because they're just like, oh, Cartoon Network's just the Teen Titans Go channel. It's like, but Mau Mau's there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess Mau Mau counts. What about you, Voice?
I gotta think about this.
Does not need to be a TV show. Break the mold. No pressure.
Jeez, like TV, movies, or
any
anything.
media that deserves more attention.
I'm really trying to think. Try to look at my Steam library, games. Oh wait!
Oh.
I got it. Something that definitely deserves more attention, only because it's from the same game. It's from the same game company that produced Among Us, the Henry Stickmin collection.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's from the same people. I wasn't even aware.
Yep, same. Yep. Puffballs United is the creator, and the game is part of Inner Sloth, who are the game producers.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think
that's why they have the little Among Us animation doing the Henry Stickmin dance.
Yes. Henry Stickmin deserves more love. That's why I went as Charles for Halloween last year.
Nice. But okay, so there you go. I think there's one more question. There's not a lot of questions that we either haven't answered because Odie asked, "How about them horses?" We've answered that already.
Yep.
Odie also asked another one. Food Samper asks, if you were to make a bait and switch about the best movie series your favorite actor has been in, what would it be? And he included an image as an example. Let me
okay, yes.
grab it.
Thank you.
It's loading. My internet connection's being ass right now. I don't know why.
I will share it with the folks as soon as I can, as it arrives. Discord, be faster. There we go. It's coming. I see it. I open it. There we go.
It's a boy.
The best sci-fi Keanu Reeves ever made, with a very poignant message for the modern era. That's right, I'm talking about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I mean, this is a good question, but man, you're putting me on the spot.
So I mean, this is something when you see a friend post it on Twitter, and then you're like, oh, that's awesome. Then you think about it for half a day, and then you're like, okay, now I got it, and now we have to do it right away. Jesus. So.
I'm trying to think of a bait and switch with Chris Pratt, and you think it's Guardians, but it's the Lego movie.
Yeah. About the best serious movie your favorite actor has been in. Oh, okay, so you also need to center it around the actor. Okay.
Let's see. Chris Pratt plays a quirky character who saves the universe from unnatural forces beyond their control. That's right, I'm talking about the Lego movie. There you go. There's the best one I can do on the spot. Thank you. I'll be at the
Tom Hanks escapes from being lost thanks to the help of an inanimate object. Yes, I'm talking about Toy Story.
That was
a good one.
That was a good one. Damn.
Okay, Matt, you're left.
Uh-oh. Here it comes. I'm really loving this movie with Zenyatta in a supportive role. What is this her name? Zenyatta?
Zendaya?
Zendaya, yes, thank you. With Zendaya in a supportive role, you know, the one with all the acrobatics and all the swinging around. I'm not even sure which direction I'm taking it, but I'm totally talking about Greatest Showman.
Oh!
Right.
Okay, that's actually good.
Yeah, she was swinging around. She was swinging more in Greatest Showman than in all two Spider-Man movies combined.
Mm-hmm.
I know. The thing is that for some reason I thought you were going to go to Smallfoot, the animated movie that she was in.
Oh, she was in Smallfoot?
Oh yeah,
she was the female the
female one.
Wait, the female Yeti or the female reporter?
The female Yeti.
Oh,
it was actually a meme. It was actually a meme for a long time of Zendaya is Menchie and all this stuff. Like that was a meme for a long time. But yeah, for some reason I thought you were gonna. You know what? You bait and switched me twice over. I got you baited. Good job, Max. I'm proud of you.
And good job, Odie, for the question.
Yeah, but with that, I think we can go to the FMK. There wasn't a lot of questions this week. I'm disappointed in you guys. Voice comes here for the first time in years, and you don't bring your question game? What's wrong with you? Yeah, do you guys have a
Sorry, a year and a half.
Yeah. But okay, so let's see. Oh wait, there is another question from Enigma. Enigma keeps putting his questions in the same paragraph, so I don't see it. Okay, so here we go. So with the recent Nintendo Direct happening, we got the spectacular news of Mario, Nintendo's money-making plumber, now being voiced by Chris Star-Lord Pratt. What are your general thoughts, and if you could, who would you want to voice Mario that is just not an Italian VA? How dare you? Why can't we have an Italian? First of all, Charles Martinet isn't Italian if you're implying that just to get Charles Martinet back. But, okay, I guess that we could form the question of, if it wasn't Chris Pratt playing Mario, who would we want to play Mario?
Oh, that's absolutely easy.
Who?
I mean, isn't it obvious to you guys too? Chris the Rock Johnson.
Dwayne the Rock.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Sorry, I was still stuck on Chris Pratt. But no.
Okay, are you saying that Chris Rock is just on Dwayne Johnson's shoulder?
I mean, that would also.
Did they do a fusion dance at Jumanji and just became one person?
I mean, that would be something now, wouldn't it? But no, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, because he can't do bad. So let him play Mario. I watch anything with him, except for this weird skyscraper movie. I watched the trailer and I was like, not even Dwayne can make this look interesting.
Are you sure you don't want to see the movie that is basically like a 2-hour advertisement for duct tape? Like,
I mean, maybe I should because Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I was so pissed when Jungle Cruise, when I missed English Jungle Cruise in German theaters, but it was only like. In English, only available for a week or something, so it was a very tight window.
But okay, look, I don't have any problems with Chris Pratt a hot take. I don't have any problems with Chris Pratt playing Mario because we don't know what direction they may take Mario. I think they're going to go back to them being from Brooklyn, like the old 80s Mario, you know? Why else get Charlie Day as Luigi? But if I had to pick someone else to play him, who would I pick? Fucking all the funny fat people are dead, so I don't know who to pick. Well, no, because I would probably pick if we could pick anyone living or dead, I'd probably get like Chris Farley to play him or something, or John Panay.
I mean, if you're looking for funny fat people, how about Jack Black? Starring Mario and Bowser.
That actually would be great. That's not bad. Okay, voice Hugo. I need time to think.
Okay, because he actually already voiced Mario, Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but Seth would probably just do a Martinet impression.
Yeah, but
at that point, you could just get Charles Martinet. Let's see. Why am I the one without an answer? This is awful.
Yeah.
I'm not on my A game today. Shit, what's happening? You know what? Okay, I got it. I want Nathan Lane to be Mario.
Oh gosh.
Nathan Lane.
I want Timon from Lion King to be Mario.
Oh Jesus.
I want Bialystok to play Mario.
That's Nathan Lane.
Yeah.
I know the face.
I want Nathan Lane to come in and be like, hello! And that means that not only can Bowser have a musical number, but so can Mario! Can you imagine how awesome it would be to have a Nathan Lane Jack Black song battle? That would be amazing! It would be Broadway meets metal! So yes, there's mine. Nathan Lane is Mario. Also, at least Nathan Lane is from the Northeast, so he can do a believable accent.
Also, while we're on the topic, one additional cast that has apparently not been revealed, and I really hope it's still coming. Nathan Fillion as Goomba #1. Because we all know that Nathan Fillion nowadays just likes to get short roles where he gets killed off so he doesn't have to come back.
He plays a fucking Goomba and Chris Pratt just steps on it.
Yep. I want to see this now.
The worst part is that my brain imagined a fucking Goomba with just Nathan Lane's face. Like, it's just animated on...
No, Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion, sorry.
Yeah.
But just Nathan Fillion's face on a mushroom. Oh, that would be great. Oh, fuck. But there you go. Thank you, Enigma. Now we can get to the FMK.
Here we go. Okay.
So, Meh asked, so recently, Agretsuko was announced to have a 4th season coming out by year's end. So to commemorate this, let's get our Metal Gear and pent-up anger ready for this rocking edition of Fuck, Marry, Kill, aggravated and amusing Agretsuko. So we have Feneko, Inui, and Washimi. Washimi is the
secretary,
bird, right?
Yeah, the secretary bird lady who can kick.
I don't know who Inui is.
I believe Inui is the dog lady that got a ship with Hadia for.
Oh, okay. So yeah, she is the dog. Okay, so we get fox, dog, bird, and voice. You're the guest. You get to go first.
Can I pass because I haven't been paying attention to Gretzko?
Oh no! So you don't know any of the characters? Okay.
I know. Okay. I know Feneko and the bird lady. I don't know about the.
Okay. Then
you can base your choice with the dog off of aesthetic.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm working on it. Okay, so you do you need reminders of the bird and the Feneko or?
I know who Feneko and.
Okay. And this is Inui.
Oh.
This is the dog.
She's a good boy, and gets thrown in as a love interest for Haida. Fuck, I have so much. Haida. Thank you. I have chronic bone disease, which keeps me from being able to pronounce the name.
But yeah, so if you had to base it off these three characters, who would you FMK?
Based on appearances. Oh, gosh, I feel like I have a disadvantage because I know who Fennec and the bird lady.
Well, okay, Inui can be just aesthetic, but the other two you actually know, so you can base your decisions on.
And that's why I told you that she is like a good girl. She's a very homey person, like soft-spoken, nice, understanding.
Okay, in that case, marry Inui,
good choice.
throw the bird lady, and kill Fenneko.
Oh!
It's bad!
But you have to say why. You have to explain your choices.
Why did you kill Fenneko? I don't need to know the other two reasons. Just explain why you killed Fenneko.
I also want to know why he fucks a bird.
Right. One reason I kill Fenneko.
That's the reason. That's the marriage reason right there.
Yeah.
Okay, and the bird lady?
Do you want to fuck the bird because you want someone with an emotionless expression to crush you?
I mean, she is the crushing fetish in this show, for sure. If there's one lady who can crush
she broke a table in her first appearance.
Exactly. I believe it wasn't the first one, but one of her...
in the first season.
Yeah, exactly. They had very often the walk and were just background characters until they became characters. But yeah, I still want to know why the bird.
I don't know. I don't know. It just felt like it.
Okay.
There you go. Great reason, but
I believe I got to go second last time, so it's your turn.
My turn. Okay, so.
Which direction do you want to turn the wheel?
I'm gonna fuck Inui. No, wait. Yes, because that leaves you with the bad one.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck Inui because you know what? I feel like she would just let me do whatever I want.
Jesus. You interpreted her character as a complete doormat, didn't you?
No, I just think that she would be in the bedroom. She would be submissive.
Yeah, that's true.
Compared to the other two. So yeah, she would just probably let me do whatever I want, which that works. Especially since I'm not gay, so it would be definitely an interesting experiment night.
Yeah.
Having someone who's understanding would be I can fuck up however I want, and she won't say anything bad. She would be like, okay, you can try again. So there you go. I would marry Fenneko because I feel like we would be a hilarious duo. I feel like we would be like social media gods. I could be like, look at this, and she could be like, look at this, and we could laugh together and be in stereo. And that's all I want to do. Is just be ha 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 in stereo. And that's lovely. And I'm gonna kill Washimi because that has too much power. There shouldn't be. Also, the fucking bird she's based off is terrifying. She's like, cause that thing
Secretary bird
can fucking like split people's skulls. Also, it has no muscles in its face, so it just looks at you dead while it does it. I don't trust a species like that. So I'm going to just make it on the endangered species list and have some sashimi of Washimi. So there you go. But yeah, there's my choices.
What you just said there, like, nah, the crushing and whatnot, that is for me marriage material. So, Washimi's goals. So, yeah, I will just say, okay, here we have the lady, and I mean, you say the thing about the expressionless face, but I mean, if the face is expressionless but pretty, it's something that can be worked with. Also, she has style and whatnot, and no, I say Washimi, definitely marriage material, totally, not just because I am stuck with this answer.
Okay. Why are you gonna fuck Fenneko?
Why am I going to kill Inui? This is a trickier one at this point.
He'll come up with a bullshit reason.
I mean, no. I mean, there is a very legit reason. I mean, God damn it. Haida?
You can't-
Hey.
Haida.
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 Hi. Okay.
Haida.
Haida. Haida.
Yeah, there you
It's like Benjamin
There you
Diskin's
go.
character.
Okay, so
Ben
Haida.
Diskin. Yeah.
So yeah, Haida broke her heart, and at this point, she is just suffering and.
You're the rebound?
No, I'm killing her.
No, he's gonna kill her. He's doing a mercy kill.
Yes.
Oh god.
That's terrible
She is-
because that's an answer I would do.
She is too good for this world. No, I was like doing this season. I was sitting there, and oh fuck! And Hida's going to drop the ball on it, isn't he? Hida's going back to a grade school, isn't he? Hida, for fuck's sake, don't you see what you have in front of you? And
So because she's too good for this world, you're gonna help her go to the next?
she is an angel. She needs to return to heaven. We are losing voice right now. And I'm not even at the awkward part yet.
God, you should have ended. You should have ended it with that.
But
God,
no, but
damn it. Now-
here's the thing. You wanted to know why I wanna get busy with Feneko. Just imagine the scenery.
I don't want
We assume that she is of an appropriate size for a human, because otherwise it would be So that is like we're going to get busy, and then when we're getting close to the ending,
Oh, that's one of the most awkward things you've ever said.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random grabs. Time for awkward guests. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guests. It's the awkward. Hard work and analysis which you do not